Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics.
Ryan Seymour, King of Comic Town here in Columbus, Ohio.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we technically missed New Comic Book Day, but we're back with
Yes.
good reads, recommendations, and reviews for
hmm
you. It's totally my fault. Yesterday, I didn't want to tell you guys this, but I had a opportunity
hmm
to sneak peek a film, and it was going to coincide with us recording. And so I was like, well, for the greater good, let me ask. And you guys are very kind in letting us push this back. So we're not at the shop recording. We're recording remotely once again, so I
Yeah.
could go see the sneak peek. So thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Was the movie marvelous in nature?
Maybe,
Maybe.
maybe, maybe like a little bit,
Maybe.
little,
Just a bit.
little teeny tiny bit, little teeny tiny bit. No, I did get to see the Marvels, and I will say this: arguably the cutest Marvel movie that we've ever
hmm
had.
Oh,
The
okay.
cutest. So take that as you will. Like if you are,
Yeah.
super into comics, heavy, you bro, cute might not be the thing for you. But if you're
Yep.
into cuteness, this is a movie for you.
The
So
one.
highly
Heck
recommend.
yeah.
Okay, so as usual, we have read some books. We've got some great reviews, some recommendations for you. And when it comes to the Goodreads, you should read. These are the books that if you have some extra dollars, these are the ones that you should definitely add to your read pile.
hmm
And we're going to add some stuff because there is a total of 6 different books that we're going to talk
Yeah.
about right now because we have
Yeah.
something different across the board. Do you want to start? You want me to start? Or you want to
Ooh. Yeah. Let me kick it off. All right. It's
Yeah.
been an issue or two since we reviewed Phantom Road, Image Comics, Jeff
Yes.
Lemire, Gabriel
Mm-hmm.
Walta, and Jordi Belair.
Mm-hmm.
So this book maintains the Twin Peaks creepy vibe. It's like
Ooh, I like that.
almost like Twin Peaks meets. God, you'd have to be a real Phantasm nerd to get that one. So I won't talk about Phantasm, but like there's these two parallel worlds that are
Mm-hmm.
taking place, and one is like super sketchy, scary with like almost robot zombies or something. Like
Right, right, right.
and these people have stumbled upon it, and now
Mm-hmm.
they're stuck trying to do a mission to get out of it. And we've got the other story taking place in our world, real world,
Right.
where this FBI officer is pretty sure her father was a victim of something to do with this road. So it is really cool. It is Jeff Lemire at his best,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, really good stuff.
Oh, I was so torn on not grabbing that book. That was really, really difficult. There were so many other things that just kind of popped out at me, but I saw it and I was like,
Oh yeah,
oh, I should get it.
yeah.
So glad to know that the book is still going strong. The book is beautiful in
Oh
terms
yeah.
of the visuals. Oh, so
Oh
good.
my gosh.
Walter is amazing. So very dope. The first book that I'm going to recommend was a recommendation from a customer today when I was in the
Oh,
shop.
okay.
And okay, so Star Wars Dark Droids Darth Vader is what I grabbed.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
I haven't been touching this at all.
Yeah.
That's my mistake. That is absolutely my mistake, and I will never make that mistake again. Okay, so we got Greg Pak as writer, Raphael and Eneko as the artist, Federico Blee as colorist, and VC's Joe Caramagna for letters. In context
hmm
is there is something that is corrupting droids and making them
Yeah.
attack people.
hmm
That's already dope. Okay, like
Yeah.
you got the droid army, borderline zombies, and like suddenly wanting to attack people. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But the undercurrent here in this particular issue is that the Emperor is putting Vader to the test to see if his hate is good enough to fell the Emperor. Like the Emperor is like Loki, like, yo, you're supposed to be the apprentice. You're supposed to try to kill me. Why haven't you done it yet? Like I'm disappointed in you
Yeah.
for not what? What?
Yeah. It is funny that you picked this book because I flipped through the last 5 pages.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anybody that is out there is not reading this book or keeping up with Star Wars, the Marvel Star Wars stuff,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
you're
mm-hmm.
missing out.
Yeah.
Missing
Yes, you
out.
are.
Soul
Yes,
and
you are.
Pack are killing it.
Oh my God. This, okay, just as context, for everyone that looked at the end of Rogue One, it was like,
hmm
that's Vader.
Yeah.
This is the Emperor.
Yeah.
Like that's when you go, the Emperor's like, this is why I'm in charge. This is why.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Alrighty. So Marvel is doing a series of one-shot what ifs.
Oh.
So what if the Tomb of Dracula? So in this particular one, the issue of Tomb of Dracula where Blade first appears,
Okay.
things happen slightly different. Dracula doesn't kill Harker, just paralyzes him from the waist down.
Yikes.
And Dracula's on the run from Blade for a long chunk of this book. But it's so all right. So we've got don't hide the credits from me because I'm not smart enough to find them.
Why do they do that to us?
All right, here we go. All right. So a couple creators you may have heard of in the past. Marv Wolfman and David Cutler.
Wait, Marv wrote this?
Yep, Marv wrote it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is so it's absolutely amazing. So it's Blade with a slightly different origin story, but still he's like half vampire, half human daywalker. And he and his crew are trying to hunt down Dracula. That's what Blade does. You cut through every undead vampire bloodsucker you can find, get to Dracula, and take him out. Partway through, though, something happens between Blade and Dracula where Blade makes a very permanent decision, we'll call it. So this is an extreme, like as if the old Marvel horror stuff wasn't dark enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. That's exciting.
No, it is really good. It's one and done. And I still hear Wesley Snipes' voice.
Okay, you have to. You have to. It's not your fault. True or false? Did Marv Wolfman write the original issue? Oh my God. That's full circle. That's brilliant. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So also doing a pullback through time. Superman 78, the Metal Curtain.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was excited just in general because the DC run of comics that take place in the cinematic universes have been fun. Like without question, they've been great. This one, we've got a different team, at least in terms of art. So we got Robert Venditti, but art by Gavin Guidry. Jordi Belair, who is fantastic. Yeah. And then Dave Lamphere from Larger World does the letters. And this is a wonderful sequel of some sort that has its roots in Cold War, like world politics, right?
Oh, wow.
So there is some shenanigans that happen, a deal that goes down, and a political power that might look at Superman as, antithetical, gets the means to try to fight Superman. And in terms of like using the lore and the continuity of what we know of Superman, this is one of the smartest things I've ever seen. And so if they don't make a movie out of this, even if it's animated, if they don't make a movie out of this, I'll fight somebody. Somebody's getting fought. Okay. Yes. There was a moment in here where I was like, wait, are they doing like a Superman 78 adaptation of Red Son? No, it's just as brilliant though. As brilliant. So read it.
Awesome. What makes me upset about this book is our polls were so low for it that I'm like, you guys know it's out. Like, so that's one that might hopefully people get word like, it's out and this book is good.
No, that's phenomenal.
So we got Marvel, Gods number 2, Jonathan Hickman, Valerio Schiti, and Marte Gracia. Okay, the reason why I've got that on my Goodreads but not my must reads is it borderline. God, if you're not into this type of story, it's going to come off as it's trying way too hard.
Okay,
this is a Vertigo style story set in the Marvel universe where there are other gods that aren't talked about a lot, that they have magic users and followers, and there's like a natural order and hierarchy to everything. And then there's also people who use science, but the science is so advanced that it's almost magic.
Okay.
So you've got these two factions, and they realize that there is something happening that's going to try to destroy the universe, of course.
As it does.
And
As it does.
it's supernatural based. We finally get a name that's attached to it, which is it's a pretty powerful villain. The other thing is that's holding people back from jumping on, because it's a very wordy book, but I love that vibe. It's got like this invisible sort of vibe to it.
That's awesome.
Doctor Strange is in it, Wong's in it,
right?
But it's a whole bunch of other characters that are,
oh,
yeah. So it's really really cool. It's just unfortunately not for everybody. But this is like Hickman, like what he did with X-Men and House of X and Powers of 10, and what he did with Fantastic Four leading into Secret War. So it's that sort of vibe, but like with a Vertigo magic tinge to it. So I really enjoyed it. I thought the art was beautiful. I thought the story was really really solid. But I can see where people might
not love it.
Yeah,
I got you. And I was guilty of that for the first issue. It wasn't like it didn't speak to me as a reader. So, no harm, no foul, no diss to Hickman. This wasn't my type of book, so I get that. What is my type of book though? This right here, X-Men Red. This one's issue 17. We've got Al Ewing, Sonar, Blee. This. Whew, everybody's elevated in this one. Okay, so like we know, like Rocco is having their whole issue. Apocalypse's ex-wife Genesis is wrecking shop, causing problems, and it's like Storm that is left to try to fend her off. And what I love is that this book is holding everybody to such a level where you don't even think about it like this. Storm is an Omega level mutant. And Apocalypse is an Omega level mutant. Does Apocalypse respect Storm? Like, I've never seen a story where he's kind of like, not that one though, like that one. We got to watch that one. And that is the vibe here. Like, Apocalypse is speaking truth to power about how dynamic Storm actually is.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, moving beyond like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. He's got like a whole new horseman set, and at the centerpiece of it all, he's like, I need Storm.
Oh wow,
huge statement, huge statement. And man, does it look like she is about to deliver. It's about to be crazy. But I love the elevation of these different types of characters who peripherally have been, on the sidelines of each other for a long time, but I've never actually heard specifically Apocalypse give that kind of shout out to a character like Storm. And it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. Chef's kiss. Oh, wait, we lost your sound.
Oh.
Now you're back.
Oh, good. Yeah, she doesn't get the credit she deserves. Like, you never see, just at least not since like the Byrne Claremont years, where it's like a little bit with was it Reginald Hudlin was writing that arc with. So but yeah, she's badass. She's Omega level. Why isn't it like?
Yeah, it's awesome to because again, you've got other characters that Apocalypse has clearly gone after to make a horseman or something like that. It almost seems as though the reason why he never went after her is because he knew not to. Like, that's a dope statement. So highly recommend X-Men Red number 17. Al Ewing. I mean, his name is on it. Read it. You should
read it. Yeah, just it's auto read.
Yeah. All right. So those are our quick recommendations for the extras, but these are the ones that you got to go to the shop for. Luckily, all 3 are the same. So we're not killing you with a lot of different books this time. We've got 3 that are quick hits right out the gate. And I'm going to recommend that we start off with Zawa or Zawa. We don't know how to say it yet. We're going to learn though.
Zawa. I don't know if I've heard it said.
I haven't. I definitely have not. So this one's from Boombox, the kid-friendly imprint from Boom Studios, and this is completely done by Michael Dialinus, and it's a beautiful book.
Yeah,
like no other way to put it. Zawa in the Belly of the Beast. It is okay. Would you say that it's fair to call this any semblance of an American manga?
It's got that manga vibe to it,
right?
in an American like format. So I think,
Right.
yeah, it definitely does.
Okay.
Like, I should look that up. I wonder how old Michael is, because I'm
Oh, that's a good
curious
question.
to see where he fits generationally speaking,
Right.
because there's definitely that manga vibe to it. It's like manga meets Scotty Young,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it's, yeah, no, it's really cool. Like the art was just so amazing, and it's a boombox. That's something else people got to remember. So it is all ages appropriate.
Hmm.
Like there's a little light cartoonish violence,
Right.
but
But overall, it's going to be super kid friendly,
oh
or
yeah,
relatively kid friendly, we'll say, age 7 and up at the very least.
mm-hmm.
And what's awesome about it also is that it carries a vibe to me that is super cinematic. So
Yes,
if this was an adaptation of an anime or a cartoon series, yep, I would
oh yeah,
absolutely like wouldn't blink an eye. Because this is basically in my mind Cartoon Network ready.
oh yeah,
It's gorgeous looking, and we're getting characters that are unique in their design, but kind of like carry a very familiar sensibility
yeah.
to them. So it's wonderful. But okay,
Unique
I'm
but
sorry.
familiar.
Yes, yes. We are in some form of a post-apocalyptic sort of
Mm-hmm.
place where resources are super, super crazy thin.
Yes,
And one of the most specific is food.
yeah,
And the characters they're in use food as some sort of true luxury. I think we can
yep,
call it that.
yeah,
And there is this rumor of some sort of spooky figure that might live underground, that may
yeah.
haunt one
Mm-hmm.
of their one of the overlords, warlords of the food industry. And yeah,
It was awesome looking. Like when that
look
thing
good,
first appeared, it just like doing its thing. Like, oh my gosh. I wonder if that's
right?
what I look like every time during COVID something would get DoorDash and I would like peer around.
Give it to me. Maybe, maybe. Um, but yeah, I love the mystery, the
Mm-hmm.
family dynamic of it, the pseudo futuristic, like vibe to everything is a lot of fun. It's a
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
great color palette, and yeah, just oh, so freaking cool,
Yeah. And
so
it's
freaking
one,
cool.
I think it was a Boom retailer guaranteed. So once again, this is a book that when a certain time comes, retailers will be able to tear the covers off, send them back to Diamond Comics, and get a credit.
Yeah,
So if you don't want to miss out,
jump on this
pick it up
now.
because it's going to become scarce at some
Yeah,
point.
no, this is brilliant. Such a beautiful book.
And
I
like you said, like it's storyboard ready. Like it could be
mhm,
pitched to a Cartoon Network or someone, and I could see it being picked up
literally
almost
right
immediately.
now. The studio that did the Ninja Turtles movie,
Mm-hmm.
Mutants Mayhem and all that,
Yeah.
if they took this and was like, oh yeah, we're gonna make this into a movie,
Oh
immediately
yeah.
like, yes, I'm there,
Yeah.
because that's what it reminds me of. Yeah, that's oh god, it's so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know what to expect. Totally blown away.
Yeah,
Loved it. It was one of the books I read twice this morning.
man after my own heart. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've got two big hitters right here, an issue one and an
Fudge.
issue two. Which one do we go with next?
All right. I'm 48, so I want to do that one last. I don't. Yeah. Like I don't want to. But see, all right. So this is the problem. All right. So I apologize to you, David. Any other week, this book probably would have been the book of the week.
Without question.
Unfortunately, I'm Gen X,
Yeah.
so certain happens. But Le Ponechère, number
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Big shout out to Dave and Dave, two guys that I highly respect in this business.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say that it's been a long time since I've seen a pairing of artist and writer that I am asking the industry to make sure that we pair you together.
Yeah.
Not from now on, but mostly from now on.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
They're
Oh my God.
symbiotic.
It's
They're,
so good.
yeah,
So
like they
good.
just, like they know where the next pen stroke is going to go or what the next
Yes.
scene is like. They like it's almost like they worked in tandem.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. We're talking about David Pepose and Dave Wachter, Dan Brown bringing in the rest of the team. So 3D is how this is coming at you, and it's so good. Okay, here's what you need to know.
Yes.
It is a Punisher book. Without question, it's Punisher book. It ain't Frank Castle.
It's not Frank. It's not Frank. Frank,
not Frank at all.
Is somewhere else on a different plane of existence, we'll call it. Like, So Frank's not around no more.
No.
But this dude is.
What I love the most about it is that being the Punisher is not the goal. That is not the goal.
Yeah.
There is a semblance of recognition, a folly of symbols, we'll call it. But this guy, the one thing that is very Punisher-esque is he is on a mission of revenge.
Yes.
And it is warranted. Oh, is it warranted?
Yeah, 100%. Like, that dude is toast.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's just so. God, it has the violence of like Garth Ennis Punisher.
Yes.
But it has a different vibe. Like, it's this very serious. It is a completely brand new character. This is the first appearance of this character, and the way David is able to create that voice, to give the character his personality, his thought process, the way he goes about doing things, his weapon choices, the odd thing about his body armor, and the reason why he's going with that is all so brilliant. And I hope beyond hope that people read this book, give it a chance. The art's gorgeous, color's gorgeous, letter's gorgeous, the story's amazing. Just because it's not Frank Castle, look past it. Like, sure, the Punisher. That's just what this character gets pigeonholed as as everybody else investigating. Like, oh, it's got to be. It is so. The vibe is so different. It is. I absolutely loved it. The villain, like the big boss at the end.
Oh,
right.
Perfect. I don't know if this was a sacrificial play, but even if it is, great choice. Great choice. And I think the overwhelming thing that I really love about this is when you look at if you look at Garrison's background, it almost makes sense that there could be a lot of people that could fit the bill of a new Punisher coming from that organization.
Right.
Like, as a skill set, they could do it. They just don't. And he is one person that has a rationale of doing so. And oh my God, can you, like, the idea of saying the Punisher, but with that backing is super dope.
Right.
Like,
you have all that access to all of that. And that's
a Punisher wet dream, if you ask me. Oh
yeah,
God,
that was so absolutely good. And I gotta stalk David on social media because I'm curious about something. There's a character name in there.
Yeah,
that I'm like,
is that?
Yeah, like yeah. So I'll probably DM it at some point, and he'll be like, "Oh God, not him again."
Yeah, no. David White, he'll answer because more than anything, he knows we're fans. So yes,
very true.
Speaking of things we're fans of,
I cannot express the Gen X joy that the Decepticons and the person at the end brought to the empty chamber where my heart should be. Oh my gosh.
Okay, we're talking Transformers #2. This is a big entry in the Energon universe. Daniel Warren Johnson, Mike Spicer. This one's big, okay?
Yeah.
Because this is taking what was already an expansive universe when we first found out that the Transformers were in it and Void Rivals, and this is expanding it even more.
Yeah.
Now I will tell you, having gone to New York Comic Con, I knew this was coming. They talked about it in New York Comic Con. So if you were there, you know what this is.
Yeah.
And if you weren't there,
Yeah.
joy.
Yeah.
Joy.
It really was. I was like, oh.
Yeah. A character makes their first appearance in this new Energon universe.
Yep.
And I can promise you right now, not only is that going to have a long form effect, this person's getting a series. It's coming. I actually have a preview sneak peek of their first issue right now. Like I have one.
Nice.
I won't show it just so we can keep the mystery going. But the interwebs are going to be talking about this because wow.
Yeah.
Because wow.
Very much so.
Here's my number one thing. There is a moment here, what I call a reverse doomsday. And it is something that in every iteration of the Transformers we've never seen explored. The context of the frailty of Earth and life on Earth with the sudden appearance of Transformers. Autobots, Decepticons, doesn't matter. There's a certain frailty that they're not used to that now makes everything on Earth susceptible. Yeah.
Like we're soft and squishy. They're metal. Cybertron wasn't a lush, organic Eden. It's like this chunk of metal. Like they
crazy.
Yeah, because that panel was just like, oh god. Yeah.
It was the last thing I expected. Like I literally was expecting to get stabbed in the back and was like, oh no, what happened? Wait a minute. Oh my god. Like
and it perfectly polarizes. Like you see exactly how they react to that versus how the other group is reacting to it. And oh my gosh, it's like kids with a magnifying glass and ants.
Yes. Yes. There's good kids and there's bad kids. You know, that good kid that might accidentally do this and go, oh, that's horrible. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Just broke my whole heart. And of course, because I've worked with him a million times, okay, not a million, but a couple, but it feels like a million. Peter Cullen's voice is absolutely what I hear when Optimus speaks. And so these moments, I'm just like, I hear Optimus apologizing. Like, this is the coolest thing I've ever heard of.
Oh, yeah.
So freaking good. So freaking good.
And, oh, man, that the Decepticon thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, we never, as kids, never got this level of villainy, sadism from these characters.
Malicious mayhem, man.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
God, just toying with stuff. And that cameo at the end. Oh, my gosh.
So awesome.
Yeah, this creative team was the perfect. I don't know. I don't know if Kirkman like handpicked this creative team, but
I think he did, and wisely so. I mean, knowing that, like in many cases and spaces, Daniel Warren Johnson is probably the best single cartoonist figure of our generation of creators, and just there's nothing he can't do in terms of storytelling. He illustrates these robots with a fluidity and a grace that is absolutely insane, and you have to love it. But I mean, all around, like, this is incredible. That preview at the end, though.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's about to go down, and this is gonna be nuts. Absolutely nuts. I love it. The Energon universe.
Pick it up. It's
so good.
Awesome.
It's so very. So once again, I'm Victor Danger, Charles recommending comics, and joining me as always is
Ryan Seymour, King of Comic Town.
And we appreciate you guys catching up on this late episode of Black, White, Red All Over. If you've watched it this far, clearly you've liked it. And so you should show us by clicking that thumbs up like Ryan's showing you right now, because we want to make sure that we can share this with everyone possible. So definitely spread the word if you can. And you should join us every week. You know how you can do that?
Subscribe. Just go in your phone settings, say, hey, let YouTube tell me when those people put that stuff up. And it will. It's weird. Absolutely. Technology.
It's so weird. Weird. But that's all right, though. That's how I am here. You are there, but we are still together with Black, White, and Red All Over. And we will be back again next week. We'll see you guys then. Bye.
Later, y'all.